my imported music, which is things that I have imported myself, and then you have the SHAREfactory music, the music that SHAREfactory provides you with when you first begin editing with SHAREfactory. I use alphabetical because it's easier accessing my music like this. At the top, you know, you have the non-alphabetical beginning letters. You know, this starts off with parenthesis and then free, parenthesis, 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 down the audio itself, and then I'll turn down the music as well, so you can hear it in the background, but just barely. You know, maybe if it's too low, you'll turn it up a little bit, maybe to 25. You have pictures that you get from your gallery that you take with the broadcasting feature here on the PlayStation. You just press the share button, and once you have your picture or whatever here, you can use just the typical things here. You know, you can zoom into something specific or not. You don't have to. So yeah, that's self-explanatory. But now my zoom-ins, how I do my zoom-ins. If I want to zoom into something specific or just zoom into something period, what you do is you want to split the clip. Splitting the clip in half will give you two different clip pieces. So this is also how you would do your filters. If you want it to be normal here and then all of a sudden it jumps into a filter here, you know, it'll just appear as a filter there. Let's take that off really quickly. So zoom ins work the same way. If I want it to be normal at one point and then zoom into Kratos, as it pops up to Kratos, it will zoom in like that. Same way with taking it out. You zoom in for however long you want to, and then you'll cut it again right before you want to take it out, and then you zoom out. See how it goes? Zoom in, comes back out. So if you want to do a zoom in, you play the video for however long you want to, and then when you want to zoom in, you'll press square, go to split the clip, press X, you go to confirm, you split the clip, and then it will zoom in when you want it to. Let's pretend we want a layer here, and then a zoom in. Yeah. So if the same thing if you want to take layers off. You see there's a layer here, it says FX, and then it goes back to normal here because there is no filter here. If you ever mess up on a split here, if you ever mess up, you can just delete everything, delete the clip, delete the split, delete everything. What you messed up on, what that forward, not everything behind here that you already have. You just delete it, and then you play you put the video back up. So pretend that I had edited this how I wanted to. So you edit with what you want to. You do this here. You see this little piece here is let's pretend we want that zoomed into the lever. And then we pull it back out here because this is normal here. Everything's normal. The zoom is normal. And then, you know, that's how we want it, right? And then pretend we want a filter on here. This one right here. And then, we want to split the clip and zoom into that statue right there. If you still want the filter on when you split it, because it will go back to normal after you split it, you just put the filter right back on. Yeah, you just put the filter right back on. But watch out for 1 second here, because you see I'm not even editing this video, and 1 second already got me. I wanted it to zoom into his face for as long as it could, but as soon as it gets down to his chest area, I want to split it again, pressing X, nothing's happening. That's because of the 1 second rule on SHAREfactory. You have to have anything for 1 second. Remember I told you guys earlier with the sound effects, it has to be on the screen for 1 second. It has to be edited in for 1 whole second. So watch out for 1 second when you're doing those. Pretend you messed up right here. Oh, but you don't, but you already split this clip, you already zoomed in or whatever, but 1 second gotcha, like we were pretending, and you don't want to do that anymore. What you do is you just delete the clip, you delete that, and you come back to this, not this is perfect back here, but what you do is you zoom it in, you'll put the whole video back, because all it does when you trim the video is it pulls, when you split the clip, it trims the video for you. So it pulls it back here. You see how this whole video is here, this whole trim is here, and if I split it, you'll look, the video itself here isn't trimmed anymore. So what you want to do is you just delete this, and then you'll put the video itself back. And that's how you fix your zoom in error. And if you want to take the filter off too, that's no biggie. You just delete the filter. That's how you clean up your mess, I'll say. So tips for me is 1 second. I can't do anything about that for you guys. That's pretty much all there is to SHAREfactory, besides the slow down method here. But I already told you guys about how it splits. I told you guys about how the clip splits, so that's pretty much self-explanatory from there on. When it comes to filters and things, maybe 1 second got you here. And if you really do want to zoom in to that statue there, what you'll do is right before it hits his face, you'll split it, and then you'll slow it down. And what you do to slow it down is you press square, because we're editing something in the clip. You go to the top left option there, which is time bender. You can speed it up or slow it down here. Smoother step at the bottom there really doesn't help. I don't know what that's supposed to do, but whatever it does do, it doesn't do it right, so I just don't recommend using that. You see how it slows down here when it hits this clip, and then maybe you can zoom it in, because then it'll be on there for a whole second. See, it zooms into his face. Maybe we'll bring it down a little bit more. Zooms into his face, and then as soon as his face leaves, now we can zoom out. And then once we zoom back out, we can take it off of the slow motion, put it back in normal mode, and there we go. Now we have it zoomed in just how we want to. But you can slow it down even slower than that, or you can speed it, like you can slow it down even slower than that. There are 3 stages to the slowness. Yeah. Or you can speed it up. But this is where you have to be cautious. SHAREfactory has a glitch, I think. Yeah, a glitch here where you can only use 2 times the speed, because whoa, wait. It says at the bottom here, the current selection will step up some frames to produce a fast forward effect. The final result is only visible in the exported video. So I'm guessing they know about how weird it looks, and maybe it'll fix in the exported video. So I'm guessing the finished product, but I don't know. I don't trust it. With the rant video from yesterday that I posted for you guys, I don't trust it. But maybe you guys can try it out there. Maybe I'll try it out and use it and save this fast forward effect here. But it is a kind of sort of glitch here where you see how it's fast forwarding and you can see everything, but here if I try to use 4 times the zoom, it will skip and freeze and pause around, and that's ugly to look at for fast forwarding. So I usually just only use 2 times the speed, but it's telling me that the final result is only visible in the finished product, I guess. So maybe they fixed that in the rendering of the video. I'm not sure, but I usually only use 2 times the speed. But that's self-explanatory as well. But smooth and all of that at the bottom, I don't know what it does. You can read it, of course, but like I said, I don't trust SHAREfactory much anymore. The current selection will combine frames to produce a smooth fast-forward effect. The final result is only visible in the exported video. So again, that's kind of stupid to me because you can't see it. You can't see it until the video is done. Why would you want to see? Why would you want to see it after you already render the video clip? After the video gets done, why don't you see it here so you can fix it here? See, that's I don't know why you would want to render the entire clip first. So I don't use that because it doesn't work. We have smooth on right now. If I put step on, same thing. I don't see a difference, so I don't really use it. But like I said, I don't. Okay, wait. There's one feature I didn't go over. There's in the split clip feature. You see something at the bottom left on L2 on the L2 button. It's an X and then a clip at the right side and the X on the left side. So if you press L2, you see how on the clip itself. On the clip itself, you can see that this is way less than 1 second, which means SHAREfactory will not let me split this in half. But I can press L2 to snip the clip, and then it will get rid of everything that's there before it. I can do this even when I can still split the clip. I can snip it as much as I want to. That's just to get a perfect product here. So you guys know from there, if you want this, if you split it here and then you'll snip it up here, then it'll teleport to this. It'll teleport up there. Just beware of that. There are transitions. I use transitions often. Press X to add them. Transitions at the bottom, you're provided with the ones from SHAREfactory. You can't actually put your own on there, but they do categorize them for you. These are the cinematic ones. This is your theme at the top, your theme here. We just happen to pick Fortnite, so it gives us some Fortnite themes. And that's the transition. It's a pretty nice transition. But there you can press square on the transition because we're editing the transition. Delete, replace, or set volume. If you don't want the boogie bomb and all of that to play, you can turn all that down. You got those, and then this is actually my outro here. Yeah, there. My outro is actually a transition. So I don't use those. There's usually just wipes here. They do categorize them, as you see at the top left. Here's my actually intro. This is my comic swipe, my comic book swipe. There are different comic book swipes. There's one going straight up. There's one going to the left. There's one that's changing the entire page, as if you were actually watching a comic book or reading a comic book. So that's the comics. These are the swipes where it just wipes across the screen. Those are nice. I use those very often, as you guys know. The transition setting, you can make it so it's a little bit darker. You can make it so that what that is, is that when it swipes across the screen, you can make a gap between the previous screen and the new screen that's going to pop up, and you can even make it a different color if you want to. Confirm. There we go. You see that's a light blue piece flying across the screen. You guys know I don't use that. You leave the gap how it is. Yeah. So that's what that is. I usually use the swipes. I use the swipes quite often. There are plenty of them to choose from. There's like clock swipes, directional swipes, whatever you want to add on there. Yeah. There's dissolves, which is the ones I use too. There's the crossfade. Yeah, which is a really nice transition. It's like really slow. There's one thing that I want to show you guys to get around the music limit on SHAREfactory. there's, when you add in your music, I'm gonna use the clone clip feature here. You guys already know all of this. I showed you guys this. Splitting the clip is just like it is with the video, you know. And then you can, and then if you want, okay, hold on, the video's too long. Then I can split it apart like that, and then it'll stop, and then it'll play again up here, if that's what I want. So that's how you add those funny clips where it stops, and then it'll go again. So that's that. So, but I'm gonna make this smaller, and I'm gonna use the clone clip feature just to use up my edits here. When you split a clip in half, no matter if it's the same song, it still takes up an edit. Now, what I'm talking about here is you're gonna see in a minute. I'm just gonna keep cloning these clips, and eventually, you see, when I went to press square just now, you see that the clone music down at the bottom left has now faded away. It's gone now. I can't add any more music. I can't clone my music anymore. If I go over here, oh, look at that. The bottom left is dark and then it gets light again. Oh, look at that. I can't add more music. No, the project clip limit has been reached. This clip cannot be selected. So that just means that you're out of music, basically. We can add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I was right. 12 songs before you run out of edits. And when you're running out of edits here, what I like to do is something called the hack. So when you press circle, it gives you these options here. You can exit without saving, which is basically scrapping it. Save the project and edit, and exit, which means you'll save it to SHAREfactory, but nothing else. Or you can save video and exit, which means save it to your gallery on your PlayStation, save it to your actual gallery. Or you can share video and exit, which means you will leave the video and share the clip. So this entire clip, when you feel like it's edited or whatever, it will give you some options. It'll say like, you want to share it to YouTube, do you want to share it to Facebook or something like that, and some other things. But you already know I only use YouTube. So when you're doing this, you can save the video. If you're unhappy with the amount of music that you put in your video and you want to put more in there, what you do is you'll go to save video and exit, but it'll cut my recording off, so I won't click that. You'll go to save video and exit, and then what you'll do is you'll go to an entirely new video, and you'll add in the exact same gameplay or whatever, and you'll begin where you left off. You'll go where you left off. So you might want to go back to your other video, go back to my projects, and see where you left off on this video. So it looks like on this video I ran out of edits at 26 seconds, right? Sometimes it's a little more difficult than just saying 26 seconds, but you can go to 26 seconds here, and you see how we made the video slower. It actually messed it up, so it's not at exactly 26 seconds. Remember, Kratos was opening the gate, which means we actually, it's because we were clipping in and skipping in and things, so the actual duration of the video wasn't what happened. So you want to so Kratos was opening the gate, so you want to clip it and take all of this out to where Kratos was opening the gate, and then you'll edit the video back how you had it. So I had the volume on 0, and then you can add more music again because it's an entirely different video. Now you can add more music in it. And then once you're done with that, once you do as many of those as you want to, but do not put them all, these are what I call hacks. Do not put the hack on a hack. Don't put a hack on top of a hack, okay? So if this is a hack where Kratos is opening the door, and this is the actual video here, I don't want to go to save this video and put this video on top of this video, okay? So when you're done with this hack, if you want another hack, what you do is you save this to your gallery, and then you'll go and you'll repeat the process. You'll go make a whole new one, and then you come to your final video here, and then once you're done with all the hacks, they should all be in your gallery. So you press X to add the clip, and they should all be right here. Then that's when you click it and add the hack onto this video, and then you can split the clip and trim it up so that it looks like it's a continuous video and not clipping and skipping all over the place. And once you're happy with the video, you add your outro or don't add your outro, and you publish it. You share, video, and exit. So I'm gonna give you guys a really quick example of how I'll edit a video. So if I wanted to edit a video, this is gonna be difficult because I don't want to show you guys gameplay that I'm gonna edit later. Like I said, let's just use this God of War because this isn't gonna be used very much anyway. So we'll use this, right? What I'll do is maybe, this is kind of a cut. This is just a cut scene. So I can either go to split clip and I'll skip to where something interesting happened, or right before something interesting happened, or I can go to trim clip and then I can look at the top left screen there, and I can keep scrolling to the right with my left joystick until something interesting happened, or maybe right before something interesting happened. So right here is where I'd start the video, maybe, where he's running down the hallway. Yeah, this is where I would start the video. And then, if I wanted to add, since Kratos is struggling a little bit, I'm struggling to speak. He's struggling a little bit to open the door. So maybe I'd want to add a screaming sound effect here. Oh, I am not prepared for this. I don't have the sound effects that I want to add that, so I'm just gonna add Keemstar. I'm gonna find Keemstar in my alphabetical here. I'll look in the K's, and I'll find Keemstar screaming, which is right here. I'll click it, and then see, I don't want him breathing on Kratos. That's not what I want. So I'll trim it to where he starts screaming, which SHAREfactory is telling me it's about here. So I'll trim it to here. So if I wanted to make him start screaming as soon as he touches the door handle, I'll trim it to when he touches the door handle. And then here, since he finished opening the door, either you can try and trim it to the perfect time where he stopped, which is difficult, so I wouldn't recommend it. You can use L1 and R1 to fine trim at the bottom there, which is like where it's just the perfect amount. Or you can just split the clip. You can find where Kratos lets go of the door, split the clip, delete this, because you don't need that anymore. So this is what it comes out to be. It's fine. Just like that. Or maybe you don't want it prioritized, then. Or maybe you want it, or maybe that's a little bit too loud. Can you start screaming? You're pretty loud, so let's turn it down a bit. Maybe to 65. He's still really loud. Hold on, let's turn it down to maybe 30. Yeah, right there. See, and then maybe and then right here, you see how editing with music versus editing with a clip is way different. You see, editing this versus editing this, they're two whole different things. This is music, this is the video itself. So here, say I want to zoom into this whatever this is in here, because he's jumping at Kratos here. So from the moment he comes on the screen, we want to split it as soon as he comes on the screen, and then we'll zoom into him here. Yeah, like that. That looks pretty cool, right? And then luckily 1 second didn't get us because he was on the screen long enough. And then right as he stops, right as he begins to move, or right as he leaves the screen, or whatever the case may be, when you want to stop the zoom in, you trim the clip again and you pull it out, just like that. Comes back out. Yeah, just like that. And then you'll continue watching the video to see when your next edit is gonna be. Whenever you want to edit, whatever you want to edit. Maybe since Kratos is flying on his leg, we'll add more screaming here, but this is like, maybe you can download a Wii sound effect, like he's Wii, you know, sliding across the air. We'll add some stupid sound effect, and you guys know I love using the gummy bear screaming, so we're just gonna add the gummy bear screaming in right here. How we do that, it's called Delicious Gummy Bear, it's not called Gummy Bear Screaming, because that's what the commercial was supposed to be. We don't want all of that, her singing and skipping. This is where she starts screaming, because I'm a pro, because I used this sound effect so many times. And this is where she stopped and started bleeping. So we're going to start it up right here. Yeah, right about there. Now what I did just there is I did it without even noticing it. I noticed that he started screaming a little too late. So I instantly went to move music, and I tapped left on the D-pad 3 times when I moved it backward. Around, so you wanna put add a little bit more in there until he hits the ground, or until he stops. He's still swinging around, so we're gonna add much more. See, right about there. So since that's so close to the end of the clip, we can just trim that down here, and you know, turn off prioritize if you want to. You notice that he keeps screaming a little bit even after he hits the floor. He hits the floor he hits, well, Mother Nature right about here, or right about here maybe, because he bounced. So he hit the floor and then he bounced here. So he's still screaming a little bit. You want to trim that up a little bit. You press R1 to bring that back. Maybe you don't want her to do that second scream or yelp or whatever she did. Yeah, so that sounds about right. See? Not so bad. Now maybe you'll want to slow it down. Slowing it down here is the same as doing anything else, you know. So one trick mind here for SHAREfactory. You'll want to slow it down here. Yeah, that was a pretty brutal part. But, you know, and then you'll want to take it out. You'll split it again, so when you want it to stop slowing down here. Yeah. So that's not bad. Remember that you have to record all of this gameplay and put it into your gallery on your PlayStation before you can even put it on SHAREfactory in the first place. If you guys want music in the background, you know, you can just edit in your music here.
You guys hungry? Something to eat? Got some pasta, shrimp, obviously. I got whiskey, any kind of...
Or maybe. So, one of the things that people are known for on YouTube when they're editing like this is the beat drops as soon as something hits. So everything is blue here, which means it's a little bit more chill, SHAREfactory is telling you, and then it gets purple. So, you know, your first thought is that this is where the beat drop, and you're correct. This is the purple is where the beat begins to drop. And then this is where this here. So if we want it to where the beat drops, yes, we'll probably do a different song so that there's only one beat drop. Yeah, let's do this. Bring it back a little bit to before the beat drops. You see right here it's incorrect. There's light blue on the part that we want the beat to drop at. So no biggie, you just pull it up a little bit more. Still not right. That means you pull it up a little bit more. Still not right. Pull it up a little bit more. You keep going until you get it. I don't seem to have any music where there's only one beat drop. But, you know, you just keep going until you get it. It's pretty self-explanatory.